What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. In this one, I'm going to be showing you how to make a dog day from Poppy Playtime, specifically Chapter 3, in case you needed that context. Here he is. I don't really have a ton to say about him. I mean, he's a statue. He's up against a wall. He's doing great things. I'm not going to show you the back of the wall because there's really no need to. Anyway, I don't have a ton to say about it. So with that being said, enjoy the tutorial, and I will catch you on the flip side. Here are all of the materials you're needing for this build. Note that with the slabs, you do need the block variants of them, except for blackstone. We're probably just going to use the slabs though anyway, so it doesn't really matter, but I just want to make that known. Alrighty, and the space we need for this is a 59 by 16, and the materials you'll be needing to start off are red concrete, orange terracotta, yellow terracotta, polished basalt, smooth red sandstone stairs, block of gold, red nether brick walls, andesite slabs, which again we will use for blocks, and I think we can leave it there. Yeah, well, if you want to get our cobbled deep set subs, we can get the arm started once we're there. You want to start from the front left-hand corner of your 59 by 16 grid cough if you made it, and you want to start by counting right by 24. Then from this block, you will count back by 6. And take any block that isn't red concrete. I'll just take polished basalt. And you want to place 21 going up. And then on top of that, a red concrete. And then you can destroy those polished basalt. Just a side note. I guess there's not a side note. I forgot what I was going to say. Oh, yeah. If you don't care about the wall, you can put this as low as you want. This is... Okay, well, I believe is... How much further down does his back go? His back goes 3 blocks further down than this, so... Really, just make sure he's at least, like, a block off the ground. Not that it even matters that much, per se. Anyway, you want to take this end... Or this... There is no end red concrete. It's a single block. You want to bring it up by 1. You'll then go right by 2... And take each of those end blocks and extend them each up by 1. Take the top right block and extend it right by... I'm really bad at counting, hold on. 7. I got there. You'll then take this end one and bring it down 1, right 1, and then down 1. You'll take this row of 2 above the bottom, you'll take the left of it and extend it left an additional block. And then you should be able to leave a 2 block gap from that going left and place 2 red and then bring this left one down by 1. That's like the bottom where his legs are no longer there, to put it in a nice way. You'll then go left to right on top of this top row of red concrete, and you'll place an orange terracotta, 2 red concrete, yellow terracotta, polished basalt that's upward facing, they all should be, 3 red concrete, and then an orange terracotta. Now you'll take the orange, let's say, I guess you do need to do this with both, but I'll just start with the left. You'll take this orange and you'll bring it up diagonally to the right by 1. You will then bring it up by 4. Left 1. Up 3. Left 1. Up by 4. Right 1. And then you'll take each of these oranges and extend them each up by an additional 1. Take the top right and extend it up by 2. And then bring either of those top ones right by 1 each. And then you can take the top right and extend it again right with 2 orange, and either of those 2 oranges can be brought up by 1. We'll say 2 each, just for funnies. Cool. Replicate that on the other side. You should end, by the way, 1 block away from each other. So again, from this end diagonally to the left, up 4, right 1, up 3, right 1, up 4, left 1, either of these up by 1 each, then the top left up 2, either one left 1 each, top left, left by 2, and then each of these up by 2 as well. It looks a little weird. It'll look better later, I swear. You can basically split the body then in half on the front with a row of polished basalt, going from where this one is at the bottom all the way up until it essentially closes off the top there. You can then take the middle and you can fill it in with yellow terracotta. Hopefully everyone is having a good day or night. I am for the most, but I don't know where my voice box went. I always seem to have this problem. It's like I start and I'm not good, but for streams it's fine. It's just the tutorials. My voice says, "Nuh-uh, I don't think so, buddy." But oh well. So now you should have this. Again, it looks weird. It'll get better eventually. Now, you'll take the third polished basalt from the top. That's this one. The one that has 4 orange either side of it. And you'll place an upside down andesite slab off of it. You'll then place a normal andesite slab in front of it, so it's kind of down diagonally like that. And underneath the original upside down andesite slab, you'll place a smooth red sandstone stair facing left. Bring that stair then left and right with more stairs that also face in the same direction. And bring each stair down with 3 blocks of gold. A little bit of a pricey necklace, but oh well. Now then you want to place smooth red sandstone stairs around this thing that face all in different directions. Off of the left, they will, well, face left and they'll be upside down, like that. Off the bottom, they'll be upside down and they'll face right. And then off the right side, they will be normal stairs facing right, like that. I have it not like that on my original, but that's how it should be. I always screw up with that pattern if it's like, oh, you want the flat end and the flat side of the stair diagonal with the non-flat portion. I mess it up every time. It's actually like clockwork, except even more consistent, because clocks break. That failure does not. Anyway, you want to place around the outside of the body. I guess back diagonally out from the orange terracotta, you want to essentially outline the body with the same shape. Again, it's just outer row. And it will be the full thing like this. Make sure you only do it from the orange, don't do it from the red. Because we'll get to that later. But that's what you should do, and again, do it on both sides. It does include the bottom orange, by the way. I almost said bottom red. It does not include the red. Hopefully this will be easier than the likes of Nightmare Catnap, which I just did last. There you go. You can then take the orange off both sides and extend it back by 2. One little small thing on the left, this bottom orange, you'll extend back by 1, and then the back block will be a red. But everything else is just back by 2 orange. Pretty simple. We will have to throw his arms in here in a second. Or in a minute, I don't know. We'll probably do the head last. Or close to last. I think we'll mark out the arms and then we'll worry about the head after we do that. Now, you'll go back in diagonally from this all with orange, and essentially you're replicating the pattern on the front, except for the red. It's all orange in, except for where the red is, it does become still red. It doesn't really change. And then I'll explain the pattern for the red, and then we can kind of focus on that. Like that. Let's make sure the back doesn't do anything weird here at the top. It does not. I mean, it does, but it's not yet that it does that. It's basically how the body connects to the head. Gets a little goofy, but it's another row up from what we have, so I'll just explain that once we get there. So you'll have this, essentially. Oh, I forgot there was still a wall behind me. I was like, I'm so used to the wall being there, but it's not there, so I get lucky. So you want to take this red here from this perspective, it's the left, and we're gonna, or the right, excuse me. We're gonna, like, go left, so essentially towards the other side, and you're gonna bring it left by 1, down diagonally to the left by 2, left 2, up diagonally to the left 1, down diagonally to the left 1, and then left 1. You will go from right to left in the same order that we did these, and you'll go under each one. Actually, let's start with this one here on the edge. This one's a little goofy again. It's going to be brought down with a red, and then we'll go down diagonally to the right with a red, which will then be brought down by 2. So it kind of looks like that. A little string. It's not going to be a string the whole time, but off of the front of the bottom red of this row of 2, you'll place another red and bring it down by 2. And now the back is just flat from here. So this first one is brought down by 4. This next one is brought down 2. Next one down 2. Next one down 3. Next one down 2. Next one down... Oh, that's a large number. Next one down 4. This is the lowest point right here, or should be. Next one is down by 3. And then down diagonally to the left by 1. Next one down 2. Next one down 1, and then final one down by 2. That's the red, pretty much. If you come to his actual left, or his, I guess, if you're looking, like, towards his body, you'll come to the right. And, just to kind of fill this out, you will bring this corner of red forward by 2, or towards his front. And then this little string of 3 here, you'll bring the top block forward by 2, and then that end one down by 2. So that's kind of what you have. On the other side, you'll take the top 2 red here, and you'll bring it towards you with an orange, and then you'll bring that orange, what is technically forward diagonally to the right with another orange, and then forward from that with 2 red. And then you'll place a row of red down diagonally to the right from that. Front block down 2 and back block down 1, and then the middle stays the same. That's his, like, bottom kind of done. You don't have to do it specifically like I did if you're having problems or something or other, but that's what I have anyway. You can then fill in the back of his body in with orange terracotta. We might as well just get this out of the way while we're back here. And, yeah. Then I'll just need arms and a head. So it's weird starting with the body first, because pretty much all of them, except for, like, Huggy. I guess just Catnap I did head before the body was done. And I created a frog creature. Anyway. We can actually do his belt as well real quick, because I feel like that is just good to get out of the way. So if you're on the front here, you want to be just to the right of the polished basalt, and you'll take this first row of 2 yellow terracotta, and you'll place upside down andesite slabs in front of each one. Take the right andesite slab and bring it up with 2 blocks, and then a slab, and then that slab can be brought left by 1. Haha, I forgot about this block. Get rid of your block of gold and get out red nether brick. I forgot we needed it. And you want to start, we don't need it quite this second, but you want to start by placing red nether brick walls just in the kind of middle of that little belt hook. I don't know the actual term. I'm not a crazy belt guy. Anyway, you'll take each red nether brick wall and extend it left by 2. Then with red nether brick blocks, and then 2 more walls. And then you can essentially just go all the way around the body with the red nether brick walls. Ignore the blocks, you don't need those again. And essentially just make sure you're staying, like, outside of his body by a block. You're sharpening the corners, as I usually like to say. Just like this. I kind of did lead you in the right direction with that to begin with. There you go. Now to make the end of the belt, which sticks out, you're going to take the red nether brick blocks, and from each one you'll place a wall in front of it. Then bring it left 1, forward 1, left 1, forward 1, and then make sure it's off both blocks like that. And there you go, there's his belt. Now, let's start with the left arm, perhaps? I don't really know. One of the arms, one or the other. Just like eeny meeny this one. They should both be the same. I believe they are exactly the same. They are, yes. According to my calculations. So, you want to take the orange here. This, essentially you're taking the middle of the body where it sticks out, and you're taking the row of 2 orange here on the top left. It's just before this little red angle here. And you're going to take the top orange and extend it up diagonally to the left by 2. Left 1. Up diagonally to the left with a cobbled deep slate block, which you can just make with slabs. Bring it up with a slab. Left with a slab. Then left with 2 orange terracotta. Up diagonally to the left 1. Left 1, and then you can get rid of, I guess, get rid of your andesite slabs and get out acacia slabs, which we'll also use for planks. And you'll place an acacia plank up diagonally to the left from that orange terracotta with a slab on top. Now, if you come back to where we originally started, you will take the bottom of that row of 2 orange, and you'll bring it just left with 2 orange terracotta. Up diagonally to the left by 1. Then up diagonally to the left with a cobbled deep slate block. Extend it left 1. Up diagonally to the left with an orange. Left 1. Up diagonally to the left with an orange. Left 1. Up diagonally to the left with an acacia plank. Left with an orange. Up diagonally to the left with an orange. Left 1. And then we'll go up diagonally to the left with 1 more orange. You can then connect that orange back to the right so it connects into the acacia. And you're essentially filling in his arm with what's logical. So it's just going to be orange terracotta, except for where you have these little strips of a block. You're going to just connect the strips together with what you think it should be. Either cobbled deep slate or acacia planks. These are like the little straps on his arms that hold the belts in place. Anyway, and then this step is going to get a little strange, but I will explain it. So you essentially want to bring his whole arm back with 2 additional rows. There's a couple of things that get weird on the top, though. So basically, each slab is just brought back by 1. Yeah. And then you'll essentially have the belt come around the back and connect back up to it diagonally on the back of the arm, which is kind of like that. You will have a little bit of a weird diagonal missing. Also, on the inside of the belt, where you will have a little block here, you'll see, like, if you bring the arm back by 2, you'll have this little block here. This will be an orange terracotta. You can make it a cobbled deep slate if you want for consistency, but I tried to actually make it so it was, you know, looped around his arm more than just cutting through his arm. I mean, I guess technically either applies. I don't really know what is happening with this poor guy, but that's how I did it, at least. Okay, if I can place these blocks right. So again, it's really just like this. This gets everything confusing about the parts, and I'm going to do it with the cobbled deep slate, because I think they're a little more clear to see. Nice. Guess what? Do it again. I will go over it again, because this is kind of a lot of weird numbers and stuff. So again, taking the 2, this time on the right side. You will go up diagonally to the right from this top block with 2 orange terracotta. Right 1. Up diagonally to the right with a cobbled deep slate block with a slab on top. Right with a slab. Right with 2 orange. Up diagonally to the right with an orange. Right 1. Up diagonally to the right with an acacia plank. And then up with a slab. And then taking the bottom of the row of 2, you will bring it at the start of the arm. You'll place 2 orange to the right. Up diagonally to the right 1. Then up diagonally to the right with a cobbled deep slate block. Right 1. Up diagonally to the right with an orange. Right 1. Up diagonally to the right 1. Right 1. Up diagonally to the right with an acacia plank. Right with an orange. Up diagonally to the right 1. Right 1. Up diagonally to the right 1, and then connect back left with orange. And then again, fill in the middle with what is logical, either orange or a different block for the little straps. I feel like getting held up by belts is kind of weird. I don't know, just me. And then you'll bring the whole arm back by 2, and again, making sure you do the weird thing with the belt straps, where the back slab is missing, and then you have the weird orange star cut in the middle. If you put the belt strap there, it doesn't matter all too much. Or, I mean, that back slab, I should say. Because we'll just destroy it later. It isn't necessarily important. I did just figure I would keep you in the loop with that. I feel like I hate making it be like, oh, cool, so you just place this whole wall, now destroy half of it. Like, I would rather have you know what is happening, and worst case, if you place it or are confused, whatever, come back later. When we actually are finishing it. Now he looks a little strange, and I think he needs hands. So let's start with these. We'll go back to the left for this, because why not? So just to the outside of the acacia slabs, you will place a row of 3 red concrete. It should be left of it. You will then bring that row of 3 red. Oh, he's missing a block on. Hold on. Both hands like it? They probably are both like that. Because I structure block. Yep, I structure blocked it. So both hands are kind of missing a block. But we'll ignore that fact for now and we'll patch it up. You'll bring the red all the way left by 3 so it covers up the entire top of the hand. Unlike what I have. I have like a missing row right here. And then from there, you can bring the whole thing up with an additional row of red, except for that right row, which I just did on accident. So you'll have this. You'll bring the top row left by 2. And then you'll take the front of the bottom row and bring it forward. You'll leave the rest alone for now. Then off of the leftmost block there, you'll place a red in front. Does this bottom one. And extend either of those reds down by 1 each, so you have a little 2x2. Extend this left by 3. And then from the end of red, you'll go down with another row of red and bring the bottom 2x2 left for the row. And then you will do that one more time. And then bring the whole bottom of this down with more red, except for the front right block you will leave open. There we go, that's 1 finger. His fingers are, or his hands in general are massive. I noticed that when I was looking at the images of him, I was like, oh my god, this man has monster hands. Anyway, very unrelated, but you're going to come back to where we kind of started with this original row of red, and just to the left of it off the front, you're going to place 2 red concrete here. You'll bring either red down by 1, and then you'll bring each one forward by 1 to create a 2x2x2. That's a fun sentence. You'll then extend this front left red forward and also left, and then kind of join the gap to create another little square, which you'll then bring down. And then down again, except you're taking away the back right block. Kind of gave him a little bit of a curve on the inside of his fingers. Anyway, there's 2 of 4. He doesn't have 5 fingers. In case that was a question anybody had. Let's kind of switch our attention to the back of the hand. So if you're looking from the back, you're going to come to the left side, which is where we started. And you're going to count to the fourth red over. So this is the first, second, third, fourth. It should be in line with the end of the orange. You'll extend both reds in that line towards you, and then you'll essentially bring it right with 2 rows. You'll then take the bottom right of that, and you will extend it. There's too much happening here. I'm so lost. You'll extend it down by 1. You'll then take either of those 2 reds and extend them forward by 1. Which is towards you, I should say, not actually forward. Right, forward, right. And then from there, you can take the right row and extend the bottom down by 1. And you'll extend those bottom 2 reds each right by 1. And take those end reds and bring them towards you 1. Left 1, and then only the top left an additional 1. And then you'll take the bottom right of everything, and you'll do the same thing you do with that front finger, where you'll take it and bring it forward and also right, and then join the gap. And you can bring this whole little end 2x2 down with 2 rows. 1 final finger, so it doesn't have like a claw for a hand. where the finger joined originally, I would orient yourself back from the front this time. Where the finger just sticks over the edge of his kind of palm. You'll take this top red and extend it forward by 1 and then left by 2 from that. Like this. Then bring that whole row of 3 forward, and this whole little thing can be brought down. You'll then bring the end row down with a row, and actually you're just copying the finger that's in front of you, except the end is going a block lower. And you don't have the weird little curve on his finger. Looks like this, basically. Cool, now do that on his other hand. This is not going to be fun, but it's fine. Then after this, it's only the head, which I don't think is as bad as the hands, actually. So again, start by covering the top here, the orange with red. Take the rightmost 3 rows and bring them up an additional row each, and then you can extend that right an additional 2 rows. Take this front and also extend it right those 2, and then start with the thumb this time, actually. Just right of where we started, you can place 2 red going right. Red underneath. Bring that all towards you. And then the bottom right can be brought right and also forward, and then you can join the gap. I switched the directions there from what I actually did. Bring each red down by 1, and then do it again, except leave the back left block open. Next finger is off of this kind of bottom red here. You're going to take it, and you're going to extend this red forward 1, and then down 1 and back 1. And you can take that whole 2 by 2 and extend it right by 3. I don't know why I'm instructing it differently. And then take the end and bring it down a row. Bottom 2 by 2 right a row. Then bottom down a row, and then the right 2 by 2, or the bottom 2 by 2 right a row. And then you can take the end here and bring each block down by 1 except for the front left. We'll actually do the next finger back instead of doing whatever we did last time. So from the back right red here, you'll go down diagonally to the right with a red. Bring it right by 2, and then bring that whole row of 3 back a row. And then you're literally just copying the finger in front of you from this point, except once you reach the bottom, you're extending the red down an additional row and not having the little slot in the finger. Just like this. Now, you can take the back, or the rightmost 3 of this kind of, like, the top of his hand. Take these rightmost 3 reds and extend them each back by 1. And then each of those can be brought down by 1. If I could press the right buttons on my keyboard. And then from there, it's the same thing as before with the really stupid finger. This one I hate, just because it sucks to build. You'll take the... From this perspective, it's the bottom left red on this 3 by 2, kind of like ignoring that finger and chopping it off in your mind. You'll place a red here, bring it left 1, towards you 1, left 1, and then each of those 4 reds can be brought down by 1 each. Bottom left red extended left 1, towards you 1, right 2, and then each of those 4 reds can be brought down. And then you'll take this corner and do a similar thing where you go left 1 from it, then go forward 1, right 1, and extend each of these down by 2. Here's what the top of the hand looks like. If I could get an angle. You know what? Sure, that works. And here's what the underside of the hand looks like. It's a little weird. Don't ask why I made it like this, because I couldn't give you an answer, really. Anyway, there you go. Now we just need... Jeez, I'm telling you, man, his hands are massive. I might have made them a little cartoonishly big, but they were big in the photos I was looking in. Anyway, we gotta do the head now. I want to do one quick thing, actually, on the back of his neck before we do the head, because I remembered this, or I noticed this earlier, and I wanted to do it, so we might as well do it now. You will take the middle 3 orange on this row of 5 and extend them each up by 1. You'll then, from the sides of it, go forward diagonally out by 2. And then forward from there with a yellow terracotta. That kind of just gets the heads not necessarily started, but it gets something going. Do we want to actually start from there? We can. Yeah, we can. Take each of those yellows and bring them forward by 1 each. And then out by 1. Then take those outer yellows and extend them forward by 3. That's kind of... that looks so goofy. You're going to take these yellows and extend them each down diagonally inward with another yellow. In by 1. And then down diagonally in 1, and then you can just connect them together. It's the bottom of his jaw. You'll also take those yellows and extend them up diagonally out by 2. And then you'll go up by what should be 1. The ear is kind of getting in my way. Yeah, it is 1. You'll then go in diagonally up 1. In by 2. In diagonally down 1, and then in 1, and you should have a 1 block gap in the middle, which is where his nose will kind of get slotted in there in a second. It almost looks like a heart if someone took it and just really, really stretched it. Anyway, that's unrelated, but I feel like I did want to point that out. We're gonna start by making the entirety, or the entire bottom side of his head, just because I said so. There's really no good reason to it. You're gonna take the row of 3 here at the base of his like mouth snout and bring it back with a row of yellow. You will then take the rows of 2 on either side and bring them back with 2 rows of yellow, and then you can connect them together just above them, or just above the row of 3 at the bottom. You can take the next 1 diagonal and you can extend it back by 3 on both sides. You'll then from there go in diagonally back by 1, back 1, and then in diagonally back by 2, in by 1, and then in diagonally back 1 will connect. The bottom of the 2 rows of 2 here, you're going to extend back by, well, 2. Then in diagonally back 1, back 2, and then in diagonally back by 2, in 1, in diagonally back 1, and then you should be able to join together in the middle. And then the final row of the yellow, you will bring it back by, oh god, 3 on either side. In diagonally back 1, back 2, in diagonally back 1, in 1, in diagonally back 1, and then you can join together yet again. And there you go. There's kind of the bottom of his head done. There's one more material I forgot about. I apologize. I'll probably actually redo the intro clip for this because I feel like one I can accept, especially something as small as that was, but this one's a little larger. Because I thought I just like removed it entirely, but apparently I didn't. I'm going to tell you to clear your inventory, even though we do need like 3 of those materials again. You want to get out yellow terracotta, orange terracotta, red terracotta, that's the other one I forgot. Red concrete, black concrete, black stone slabs, and that's honestly all you need for the head. Let's get the things out for the like belts on the sides. You need stripped acacia wood, dark oak planks, and cobbled deep slate slabs. That should finish everything except for the back wall, which I'm not looking forward to. Anyway, you want to fill in his mouth. Well, first off, before we do that, you'll join the yellow terracotta here at the top front with a black stone block. You'll then bring it up with another black stone block and extend this block left and right by 1 each. I just use blocks for that because it's a consistency in the texture. Basically, blackstone is kind of like a directional block to where the top and bottom textures are different than the sides. However, the slabs, it's the same on all 4 sides. So, I was like, I might as well just do that. Anyway, now you can fill in the mouth a block back in with black concrete, just to create that gaping void that these characters seem to have, and have some sort of holdover. There you go. His ears will kind of, well, not cover up his mouth quite, but they certainly change the dynamic of it. You want to take the nose, the black stone, the 3 at the top here, and bring each one back with a yellow, and then extend the yellow off the right and left by 3. You will then place... This is where things get weird, because it becomes unsymmetrical. Asymmetrical? You'll take these ends of yellow and bring them up diagonally out with an orange terracotta on the left and with a red terracotta on the right. Now, it still is asymmetrical, so I'm just going to give you the block for block per block. So starting with this orange, that was a crazy sentence. You want to bring this orange up with another orange. Then you'll bring it up diagonally right by 2. Right 1. Down diagonally right 1. And then down by 2. From the bottom there, you can go right with 2 red. Up by 2. Up diagonally to the right 1. Right 1, down diagonally to the right 1, and then down 1. There's a little bit of an inconsistency in his eyes. Just a little bit. Anyway. If you want to start just right now filling in his eyes a block back with black concrete, go for it. You might as well, honestly. Again, to make that gaping void. And now you can kind of start to see things a little bit better. You can start to see the face shape forming, which is always good. So, I'm going to start with the top of the head, and then we're going to kind of connect it down, because the ears are giving me a tough time here understanding what the heck is going on. You want to take each of these reds here. Well, actually, you're going to do this with both blocks, kind of. But you want to bring each of these reds back by 1, and then to the side by 1 each. And I guess, yeah, do the same with the orange while we're here. You'll then bring it all back a row, that being the top, and then you'll bring it back another row, except you're taking a block off of the outside. And then you will bring just the inner block back by 1 each. For the middle strip of the head, you'll take this red terracotta and you'll bring it back diagonally up with an orange terracotta. Bring that orange up 1. Up diagonally back 1, and then back with 2 more orange. He really looks like he's missing something, doesn't he? He really does. Let's start to do the back of his head, because I'm going to pretend like he doesn't need ears. Take the yellow here at the left side, and you want to bring it back with 4 orange terracotta. You'll then go back diagonally in with an orange. Or I guess back diagonally to the right. I don't need to do that. Back 1. Back diagonally right 1. Right 1. Back diagonally right with an orange. Right 1. And then you want to place a red and just copy what you have over there over here. It's a pretty simple pattern, so. Just like this. Then you'll start from, I guess if you want to go from both sides and do the same thing, you can. Since you know where the line of red is now and it stays consistent, go back from both sides, which is now you're from the actual, like, eye sockets. You'll place 3 terracotta. I won't specify the color. You'll then go in diagonally back by 3. And then in until they connect, which will be 1 red and 2 orange. Next row, you will go out diagonally back with a terracotta. Okay, well, this is weird. On the red, you'll go out diagonally back with a terracotta and then back 1. On the orange, you'll just go straight back by 2. Then you'll go in diagonally back 1. Back 1. In diagonally back 1. Whoa. In 1. In diagonally back 1. And then again, you'll have an orange in the middle. Hey, look, 1 more row. So if you start from the side, you'll just place... Basically, you'll start the same with the 2 here. However you may have done that, which is just orange on top of the orange there. And then red on top of the red. You're going, I guess, out diagonally back either way. And then from there, you'll go in diagonally back by 2. This one might be a little obvious. In one, in diagonally back one, and then you'll place an orange in the middle. Nice. He still looks so... Oh, that is so cursed. It makes me uncomfortable. Let's fix that, shall we? We'll start with the bottom of the ears, because I said so. You will take the second yellow terracotta diagonal of 1 block, which is the higher one, and you'll bring it forward diagonally to the right with a red. This is on the right side, by the way. You'll then go right 1, and then back diagonally to the right by 2. And then you can also go left 1 if you so choose. You'll then take the second and the third red concretes and bring them each down by 1. But you want to bring that whole row up on itself 2 additional times. And then from there, you'll take the front red here, and you'll take the left one and bring it up by 1. You'll take this row of 4 red here, the 1 diagonal, and you'll bring it up diagonally to the left 1, up 1, left 1, up 1, left 1, up 1. And then you'll take the, we'll say the rightmost block of the 2 and bring it up 1, left 1, up 2, left 1, up 1, left 1, up 1, left 1. And then you can bring the top 2 reds each back by 1 each, and I would also bring kind of this red concrete just below the right block down as well. I have an extra block, or I have a couple extra blocks here kind of on the inner corner. Basically, where you just have these 2 blocks visible in these rows, or in these vertical rows, you'll just place a red concrete behind the top block. For the other ear, since I remembered that there was a fancy pattern to it, we're going to do this one a little bit easier. You'll take, again, this top diagonal. You're still the same start. You'll bring it forward diagonally to the left of the red, and then bring it left 1. Bring the left red down by 1, and then you can bring either red up by 2. Top right red up by 1, and then from here you will place from this bottom red another red back diagonally to the left by 1. Bring it up by 3, and then up diagonally to the right by 1. Then go up 1, right 1, up 1, right 1, up 1. Then again, from not the bottom red this time, but 1 up, you'll place another red back diagonally to the left by 1, and then bring it up by 3. I would again bring this whole row of 4 right with a row, and then you can take that top right red and bring it up 2, right 1, up 1, right 1, up 1, right 1. And those top 2 reds can each be brought back by 1 each, and then the overhanging left red can be brought down by 1. Looking at the back side again, you'll take the top of the 2 vertical rows of 2 red and just place another red behind them. There is Dogday himself. If that's all you were here for, congratulations. So that was already 40 minutes, my god. Now for the belts. You want to take each of the acacia slab things here on the sides, and this is basically symmetrical, except the ones from his head are a little different for whatever reason. But you want to take this open space here at the back, and you want to place going up from it 6 stripped acacia wood. Bring each one left by 1, and then you'll take that top left one and bring it up by 7. Bring that whole row of stripped acacia wood left with another row, and then you can take this top left again and bring it up by just 1, and then place another one left of it. They all should be upward facing. Cool, do the same thing on the other side, except obviously inverted. So 6 acacia wood up from here. Gonna make sure that it actually is 6 again. Yeah, and then you'll bring most of it right a row, and then from this top right one up by 7. All of it right a row, and then you'll just have the one more on top. These don't have like the fancy loop thing that belts have. I still don't know the official term. I should have looked it up when I stopped the recording for a minute. Anyway, where the couple deep slate slabs are kind of sort of missing, you're going to place dark oak planks going up until they're the height of the stripped acacia, which I don't know the number off the top of my head. If you wanted, it's 17 dark oak planks on both sides. Whoa. Like so. You'll then find the row of dark oak planks that is in line with the top row of the first kind of section of stripped acacia before it goes out a row. And you'll trace it over and just place cobbled deep slate slabs in front. Extend it off the left and the right by 1, and then you'll kind of go back diagonally up with some slabs. So you'll place an upside down cobbled deep slate slab just off the sides of the planks, and then a normal cobbled deep slate slab up diagonally from that, in which you can then connect it across the back. This one does have the fancy belt loops. Would you look at that? And then you'll do the same thing on the other one. So again, in line with the top row here, you're doing the fanciness. I don't know, belts are fancy. There are two that just kind of come off of his head because I had to find space for them, so I did. Not well, but I found space. You want to take the back of his head here, and you'll take not the, like, I guess not the second row down, but you'll take the third row down, which is this one, in line with the belt. And you'll take these rows of 2s, and on the right side, at least, you'll bring it up with a stripped acacia until it's the same height. The other one, don't do anything with yet, because it's different. It's up with 11, in case you want the number. And then off the other side, it's not. It's 5 stripped acacia up. And then 6 dark oak. I guess probably the easiest way to figure out this one is in line with the top row of a stripped acacia. On this left one, you'll place upside down cobbled deep set slabs off the front. This applies to both. And then you'll bring the slabs off the left and right by 1. And do the same thing you did before, where you kind of have the diagonals going up and back. There, he's officially done now. Cool. You want to clear your inventory and get out stone, smooth quartz blocks, deep slate tile walls, cyan concrete, and yellow terracotta. Just a quick side note here, it's wall time. I'm gonna do this one probably kind of weird. Also, you need block of coal. I forgot about that. That's not a block for block thing, but I will just show you what I did. If you have the grid marked out, fantastic. You want to fill in the entire grid floor in with stone. If you don't, that is fine. You will come to the back most of the kind of 2 fingers here on the sides, and you'll be in line with the back corner of it, which is this block. If you look down and trace this straight down, you will place a stone. On both sides, you will do this. I'll just start with 1 for now, so I don't have to fly all the way across. You'll then extend the stone left by 3. And then this end one can be brought back by 5. And also forward by 10. And again, do the same thing on the other side. So if you take the back finger, the back corner of the back finger, which is right here, trace it down. Stone, right 3, back 5, and forward 10. This entire area you're filling in with stone. This back row is only stone because you'll see under the walls. So, alright, time to say bye-bye to the grid. And I'm doing this with the command. I'm going to show you how to do the wall with commands as well, because it gets pretty cool and awesome and epic. Oh yeah, we forgot to fill in his underside. Get out black concrete really quickly and just like a couple blocks inside. I'll go maybe like here. Just fill in his torso with black concrete. So that way it's a void as well. Totally forgot about that. I didn't originally, I swear. It's there. Anyway, you want to start from the back left-hand corner of the stone. Make sure you are actually behind him. And you want to go across the back. And a fun pattern is going to emerge here. You want to place 9 smooth quartz blocks. Deep slate tile wall. 9 smooth quartz blocks. Deep slate tile wall. 9 smooth quartz blocks. I think you get the pattern here. You're continuing this pattern all the way along the bottom. And you should end up with 6 tiles. The back is a 6x6 as far as the tiles are concerned. So get at it. I'll tell you the cool secret in a second here. First off, I recommend marking out all of the sides just with smooth quartz. And then we'll go from there. So basically you're taking the end smooth quartz, and don't forget the first one you bring up by 8, not 9. And then a deep slate tile wall on the 9 quartz. And then wall. Basically just go till you're the same height as the belts. That's the trick. Should be right there if I'm correct. I am correct. Cool. And if you're smart, you can just, well, no offense, but it is easier to just start with the deep slate tile walls. Because if you are good enough, or if you know how to use /fill commands, there's a trick we can do here that will make this wall from like a 2-hour, or not a 2-hour, from like a 1-hour process into about like a 10-minute process. So if you start with the deep slate tile walls, you can essentially just do a giant command and fill in the entire wall at once. Now, this does come to... This will change due to hindrances with /fill commands, but that's, you know, I don't have that problem, so... Worst case, if I manage to, I just have my alt account sneaking over that. You can't actually see... I don't know why you can't see the name tag. I found that strange. I noticed that earlier, too. I was like, why can't you see it? You should be able to. But anyway, I have my alt account if I need it. If you have anybody that you can invite into your world, that does help the simulation distance, which is the reason that the commands freak out sometimes. Really, if you just, like, if you're trying to fill from this top corner to that bottom corner, you can have somebody stand, like, right, like, if you're in the top corner, have them stand, like, right here or something, and it would work. Or should. Anyway, if you do the deep slate tile walls, it's easier, ironically going against what I was saying earlier, it's easier to just have, or just fill in the whole wall with smooth quartz to start. And then after that, you come back in and you break the tiles that you need for the other blocks. I'm going to do it that way. If you don't want to, start with the deep slate tile walls, and I'll just show you if you're going to manually fill it. But I will show you the command first, because it's just easier to do it that way, in my opinion. This part does go against what I was saying earlier, like, dramatically. Like, this point is a lot of breaking. I think I'm going to run into his head. Never mind, I'm good. I forgot that was the top. Oh my god. I'm good. I just gotta watch the clock because I have a premiere starting in 25 minutes. And I know I'm gonna miss it. I'm gonna manage to miss it. I was like, oh, I'll give myself enough time to finish the whole thing. Yeah, I didn't consider how long this would take. I knew the wall would take a while, but... So if you have the deep slate tile walls in place, you'll come to the bottom right-hand corner and just kind of stand in the very corner. And take note of this coordinate, whether that be through doing a little fancy or just in other means. And then you want to come to the top left-hand corner, and don't preemptively do anything because this could destroy everything if you do this wrong. /fill, from if you're in the top left-hand corner like I am, /fill, 3 tildes for your current position. And copy the other coordinate. And then you want to do quartz block, bracket, chisel type, space, equals, smooth, in quotations. It will kind of give you the prompt in the bottom left, and if you're on keyboard, you can just hit tab, and it'll give you it. And then after that, you will put keep, and that will fill in your entire wall. 2,800 blocks. And you'll have this. We can revisit this in a minute, so don't, like, do anything dumb. So, we'll start with the yellow terracotta grid points. So, if you're in the bottom left-hand smooth quartz one, you're going to go up diagonally to the right by 1, and this one will be yellow. And you want to break all of the smooth quartz, if you're doing it the way that I'm doing it. If not, then you might not have any smooth quartz. And then the one above this one will also be yellow. By the way, I think there were red tiles originally, but something or other made me cut them out. I don't remember what it was. I might have just literally forgotten about them. Anyway, and then from this one, you will count up by 2 and then left by 1. And this one, which is hand is on, you will break. And then you will break the one up diagonally to the right from that, which should be at the very tippy top. There's more on the right. I think there's one on the right, actually. If I can see properly, but there might be another one behind his body that I can't see, because he's blocking a good, like, 5 from the perspective I'm looking currently. Make sure there's not another one. Ah, there is. There's always one hiding. So, similarly, from the bottom right one, you'll count up by 1, and this one will be yellow. Except you're not in this time, you're just up against the side. And then from this one, if you count up by 3, 1, 2, 3, and then left by 1, so you're kind of inside the hand, this one will also be yellow. Now, if you still have the coordinate copied, you can just do the command, or retype the command. However, if you want to use the last command, you actually can. I'll show you how. So if you come to the top left tile here, assuming you started from the bottom right, if not, you'll go to the top right. Make sure you break down a block so you're in this tile, and you can just go slash and hit the up key or up arrow or whatever, and just really delete the, like, end part of this and just keep the coordinates. Or you could just re-put in the coordinates. And then you want to do yellow underscore terracotta. And then keep. And it will place the block up in this corner, but you can just make it smooth chords. Now, for the cyan, there are, like, 3 cyan. They're all kind of towards the top, ironically. There actually is 3, I was right. These 2 yellows here up in the top left, you will make the tile kind of between them, at least below the top one between them. Cyan concrete. And again, it's the same, you can use the same command yet again, and we'll end up using it one more time after this, and then the build should be done. This yellow here on the far right top one, you have a cyan right of it, and keep that yellow in mind, because there's another one off of it. And also from this yellow, you'll have one up diagonally to the left. Okay, really? And I'll give you, like, the back shot, background shot. Should be a little more specific with my wording on that. So you can kind of see. And again, if you do the same thing, top left-hand corner, make sure you break down and just do the same thing, except instead of yellow underscore terracotta, it is cyan underscore concrete. And then don't forget keep. If you forget keep, everything is over, and I'm so sorry. There you go. That's actually all the tiles you need to see. Because everything behind him is just white. Now, one more thing. Kind of behind his body, on the lower portion here, where he, again, may or may not be missing legs. I cannot confirm nor deny anything. I feel like it'd be cursed to see him with legs, now that I'm thinking about it. Anyway, in whatever pattern you may choose, you want to break the wall behind him here, and essentially just create, like, a giant hole, and I would add some, like, bits kind of off to the side here, just going around it, like it exploded. And if you break the entire middle here, you're filling it in with block of coal. If you want to leave the walls, you can. That's something I would think about, whether or not you make the walls. You can even make them like blackstone or something. Unfortunately, there's not coal walls, but because I do realize that I guess under these circumstances, you would probably have something seeping into the wall. I feel like it should be a little higher than this as well. Like, what I just did is fine, but I think it should go more up the kind of back of his body in a way. And then again, I will add these little spider bits again. And you can do the same command again. Isn't that great? And again, make sure you break in. However, this time it's coal block instead. Or you can just manually fill it if you're not lazy like me. Keep. And make that a smooth quartz. Also, ignore that they're back-to-back. As you can see, I would have, like, run straight through Granny if I put it there. I felt like I should just point that out. But anyway, Once you have done that, if you would like to come back in here actually and make like, because this is just a void, like take a couple of these and just, you know, throw some smooth quartz in here. Feel free to break up, because I did it in large in the first one. I'll show you the original. Oh, look, there's me. Hello. Hi, me. This is what I did for the original one. But anyway, once you have done that, ladies and gentlemen, that is your Dogday from Poppy Playtime statue complete. Next up should be Mommy Longlegs, if memory serves correct. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. If you guys did enjoy this video, if you do have any other statue tutorial ideas, let me know in the comments down below. Pretty much all the Poppy Playtime ones I have done, except for Bunzo. He was giving me problems the other day, and I haven't really tried again. But anyway, have a fantastic rest of your day or night, and I will see you on the next one. Peace.